Bonjour, bonjour, bonsoir, bon après-midi à tous. I'm Lady Marilyn Quito, and I'm blessed and beyond favored to be again back today with another session of Bwagnya Wisdom. Yes, we'll talk about Bwagnya Wisdom, and we'll talk about the miracle of life. We're still celebrating Mother's Day. Hey, so we'll celebrate with a special mom who will be with us today. She'll be just sharing her experience of being a mom nowadays. I mean, just her experience and just in general how the Lord, what the miracle of life, what it means, what it's all about, and just give us a few tips, on how to, embrace pregnancy at all ages, just the whole idea. What is it all about? That's what we'll be talking about today. Thank you again for being with us. Go ahead, share the good news. Tell somebody Vanya is back on. Okay. Thank you so much. And without further ado, just a reminder, we are Olive Gospel Ministries. Yes, we Olive Gospel Ministries. We have an album out, King of Kings, and we also have a special event. Yes, coming out, Karibu to Congo, the fourth edition, June 21st. Go get your ticket. I'm telling you, there'll be food, there'll be an after party, there'll be fellowship, there'll be people. People, yes, you know how hard it is to see people nowadays. It's so hard. Just come and just bless us with your presence, and we'll be more than happy to have you and fellowship with you. Okay, and you know so about the Congolese culture, the food, the people, like I just said. And all right, thank you so much for the love, all the likes. Thank you, thank you. Share the live, share this link. Okay, share, share, share. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, in one, two, three, let me welcome my guest. Hello, Maman Dolly.
Oh,
En tout cas, you look beautiful, radiant,
thank you.
rested.
It's good to see you.
I can't hear you. Can you speak a bit louder?
I said it's good to see you.
En tout cas, merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup, en tout cas. So tell us why the miracle of life? What's special about it today?
Well, miracle life. I'm a mom of two now.
Ooh,
Mm.
okay, okay, okay. Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you. So
Oh,
it's a journey. It's a journey. After almost 14 years,
wow.
um, I'll say 13 years. So I'm a mom once again. Um, it's it's something. It's a journey. So
It's
still
something.
adjusting, but it's such a beautiful thing. It's such a blessing that I'm
Mm.
really dwelling in it. You
Oh,
know.
Toka, oh, Toka. No, congratulations again. But I just want to know, was it on your bucket list? Were you like,
Oh no! If
just
someone
here?
asked me last year, around this time, if someone asked me around my birthday or the beginning of 2024, oh, do you see yourself with a baby? I would have said no. Are you crazy? No. But God's ways are not our ways.
Hmm.
That's pretty much it. That's the miracle in itself.
Very true,
Yeah.
very true, very
Yeah.
true.
His ways are
It's
not our ways.
yes, it's amazing how you just embraced it in with such positivity. Vous avez l'air vraiment positive, un peu du genre, ce sont les voies de Dieu. Ce sont,
Franchement,
voilà, le Seigneur.
oui,
Oh,
mais le truc aussi, je crois que c'est. J'ai toujours voulu avoir d'autres enfants, hein. Donc,
ouais.
without going into too much detail, I've always wanted to have more than one. God
Mm,
bless me with a son, which was great. And then for years, I wanted to have another child, but
yeah.
it didn't happen. And then when I stopped thinking about it, stopped praying about it, stopped,
Ah,
c'était pas dans mon radar, bam,
mm.
I
Wow.
did it. So God has he has a good sense of humor.
Honestly, how would you tell to, how would you advise a sister, in your situation, in your shoes, who's already said, that's it. I've closed that chapter. I'm not going there anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So how would you ask her? No, tell her what mindset should she have?
Yeah. I think it's all about faith. I
Faith.
just shared. I'm saying when I thought I took it out of my mind, but I don't think it was completely out of my mind.
Mm-hmm.
They, I think the biggest takeaway is to not lose faith.
Not
Um,
this
God
faith.
is faithful.
Mm-hmm.
God is faithful. God will do anything that He promised to you. He will see that it happens for you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So the thing while wanting kids, or wishing to have kids, of course it's not gonna happen for everyone, but claiming the promises that God has made to you and for
Mm-hmm.
you, claiming those and just clinging to them. And for me, when I'm saying I wasn't thinking about it, I claimed the promises to God. For me, I had
Mm-hmm.
that vision of my life, and I always knew that I was meant to have more kids. But then when it didn't happen, I said, okay, your will, God, not mine. So when
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about it, c'est accepter au fait la volonté de Dieu dans notre vie. Sometimes
Mm-hmm.
we want to force God's hands. We're
Mm-hmm.
humans,
Mm-hmm.
If
Mm-hmm.
God said you're gonna get this job, you want it now, even though
Mm-hmm.
God is saying you'll get the
Yes.
job, you're not gonna get it in January. You're gonna get it next year in
Mm-hmm.
March.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's the weight
Mm-hmm.
that's usually a
Yeah.
problem. So
Mm-hmm.
we lose faith, or we try to do things on our own instead of relying on Him and just trusting that He will do what He said He will do.
Mm-hmm. No, that's very deep, but I appreciate that. You probably went through your own journey, but you went through it with grace. And also now during the pregnancy time, sis, that picture was you at how many months again? Because I just
No,
seen the trend.
yeah,
The
that
people
was. It was actually a month before I had the baby, so I was at 35 weeks when we.
you handled pregnancy, says, how did you do it? What was your secret? Because there's the trend of people showing pregnant women. I don't know why they just want to abuse us like that. It makes people just babanga me, babanga the whole thing. It's like two completely people before pregnancy and afterwards. You need to
Yeah,
sell out. But you look, different. You're almost the same. How
yeah.
did you do? What was your secret? To humble pregnancy like that.
I think the biggest secret for me was I kept active.
Oh,
Uh,
you stayed
you
active.
know,
Okay.
being pregnant at 40 is no joke. My
Mm.
body, the both pregnancies, my first and this one, were similar in that I didn't have a lot of issues, thank God.
Mhm.
But for this one particularly, I kept very active. So
Okay.
après un certain âge, when you're, I'll say over to 32,
Mhm.
you'll need to watch what you eat. In pregnancy, you watch what you eat anyways. But I was
Mhm.
very active. I walk. I'm
Mm.
not a what do you call it, exercise kind of person for. But the
Mm.
exercise that I do, I walk a lot. So
Mhm.
from the moment I found out I was pregnant, I even upped the pregnant, like the walking, just because when you're pregnant, you get tired, your body's
Mhm.
tired, you're like
Mhm.
doing anything, you want to sleep. But I would force myself, go for a walk around the block. I don't go to the gym or anything, but we'll go to the park or
Mhm.
here, like around the block, dans mon
Mhm.
quartier, so walk.
Mhm.
I upped my intake of water, so drinking a lot of water. I also do yoga, so stretches. You don't have to do the full on yoga, but stretching your body, stretching your legs, especially. Keeping your hips open.
Mhm.
Those stretches. It's easy. You can just googling or going on YouTube trying to find pregnancy stretches. So
Mhm.
doing those, but walking, keeping active,
Mhm.
uh, is one thing that really helped me. And of course, I mean, genetics. I've always been
Ah,
skinny. So
oh, okay.
that helps too. I know that they say your second pregnancy ou vimba ou tu vas exploser, mais enfin, thankfully or unfortunately, I don't know. But it
You
was
haven't noticed that.
for me. It was pretty much the same as when I was little, but this time around I gained more weight. I'll say because
Okay.
my fingers are still swollen, so I can't wear any rings yet. None of my rings are me. Je retiens de l'eau, ça c'est c'est sûr. Mais
Oh.
yeah, so walking, keeping a good diet.
Mhm,
I
mhm.
know you asked about the craving, so I can just talk about it. I didn't have a lot of cravings per se, but the one thing I ate a lot of was mangoes.
Mango. You
Mangoes
know,
are salts, lemon,
manga shende.
I forgot the name of that sauce that the Latino used as a sauce. So I really like that. So that's one thing I ate
Mm,
almost throughout the whole pregnancy until I had the baby. I was eating mangoes a lot.
I
Other
see.
than
But
that, um, your water, your prenatal vitamins,
mhm,
and keeping your body active.
mhm.
Yeah.
So would you say is there bien maladie? Would you agree with that? Pregnancy is not a sickness? I mean,
Yeah.
you
No.
done it twice right now. You should.
Parce que j'ai l'impression que ceux qui disent que pregnancy est maladité, et ça, soit c'est soit des hommes ou c'est des gens qui n'ont jamais été enceintes. Tu vois? So it's a yes and no. J'aime la maladité. Il y en a plus que maladie parce que you're literally forming a human being. So
Hmm,
c'est un processus intense. C'est
mhm.
intense, ton corps change, tes organes ématient pour que ça espace pour le bébé, mais il y a beaucoup de changements dans le corps, les hormones, on n'en parle pas. Donc, la combinaison à malade débélé, au fait, si ceux qui sont bien en haut, malade, la combinaison à malade débélé, et c'est pas parce qu'il y en a, il y a des femmes qui attrapent le diabète, il y en a
Yes.
qui ont des problèmes il y a hypertension, il y en a qui développent beaucoup de trucs pendant la grossesse. Donc après, c'est bien maladie. Je crois que c'est une façon, il y a minimiser, au fait, dismiss. Ah,
Mm,
t'exagères, en fait, toi, tes symptômes, t'exagères. Quelqu'un qui sait pas retenir quoi que ce soit. Oh, ado, moi, si
yeah.
qui vomissent. Tu vois,
Yeah.
the morning sickness is very extreme. Il y en a qui passent, euh, qui sont cloués au lit, au fait, parce que
Oui.
il y en a qui ont un peu éclampse. Il y a tellement de trucs qui viennent avec la grossesse que je suis pas vraiment d'accord avec ceux qui disent ah, il y a maladie.
Mhm.
Ah, beaucoup de maladies.
Yeah, normal party.
Oui. Donc, even though
En tout cas.
Zéla, il y a beaucoup de femmes.
Mhm,
C'est quelque chose de très sérieux. Donc, quand tu en sors, pas intacte, mais quand tu en sors victorieuse,
mhm,
il faut vraiment remercier Dieu. Hein. Il faut ça, bah,
mhm,
parce qu'il y en a qui vont pas survivre.
mhm, mhm,
Heureusement, il y en a qui en ressortent avec tellement de séquelles.
mhm.
It's not for the weak, but beautiful thing. Tu demandes
Yeah.
à toutes les femmes qui ont eu des enfants, tu leur demandes, hey, comme moi par exemple, là, I miss
Mm.
my belly, I miss it. I didn't miss it when I had the belly. Now I miss the belly. I'm like, oh, I miss the kicks,
Mm. You
avoir
miss it.
voilà. Mais
Mm.
voilà
Yeah.
quoi.
En
Non,
tout
il y a malade. Déjà, combinaison à malade débélé.
En tout cas, just look a little bit on the comment sections. Well, you have Pastor Fabrizquito say, "Congrats, Mama." En tout cas, and
Thank you.
wow, is Alec helping with babysitting?
He's helping.
Really?
Curiousement, he's helping a lot. He's been amazing. He's such a protective big brother. He's been awesome. Awesome. Donc,
Wow.
protège, il adore sa petite sœur. Euh,
Wow.
quand elle pleure, il la porte, il veut la porter, il veut. Donc, he's been great. Je pensais pas, au fait, again, bah, misconception qu'on a, au fait, raising boys versus girls.
Yeah.
I'm sure if I had a girl, if I was a girl, j'allais pas penser comme ça. Mais
Mm-hmm.
ça m'étonne, au fait, que he's really out there. He's there. Quand il y a que lui et moi et que son père n'est pas là, et qu'il voit that I'm kind of overwhelmed, he'll say, "Oh, I
Mm-hmm.
can have her for a few minutes." He'll take her. He'll take her.
Wow.
Il la berce et tout. Donc, he's been
Oh.
such a great big brother. He can't babysit yet,
Oh, super. No.
but he's been great. He's been helpful.
Wow, that's amazing.
Parce que là, tu vois, quand t'es fils unique, everything is done for you, mais là, il dit, oh,
Yeah.
I gotta up because I have to set an example for her.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so
Yes.
it's been great.
Yes, yes. When it comes to the the cravings, I think we should ask Papa for Papa. We should
Well,
ask Papa for Papa.
yeah, well, the cravings. I'm saying like one thing I ate throughout, but I had a few things that I wanted to eat, but I'll eat them once.
Okay.
I had
Like
a craving
by
for
once you mean like at midnight?
the midnight ones. This time around, I didn't have any midnight ones, which was
Okay.
nice. This time around, no. I remember with Alik, I had like nighttime cravings, but with this one, it would just be, oh, j'ai envie de manger les truffle fries.
Mm,
So if I can get it, I'll get it. If not, I'll call him and tell him, hey, can you bring back truffle fries? I want to eat In and Out. Uh,
mm,
what's another thing that I had? Thai food. There's a soup that they make at Thai restaurant. It's a coconut soup that I
mm-hmm.
really like. So I had a craving for that, but it's just one time. Like this time around, it wasn't. I gotta eat this one. And for the mangoes, I think first same for my first and second pregnancies. My morning, like I had, I won't call it morning sickness, mais mon oreille a bien été. So I
Mm-hmm.
like eating mangoes just so I had that sour, you know, the sour taste of lemon, squeeze in lemon in my mangoes, put some salt, and
Wow.
yeah, I forgot the name of the Mexican uh, sauce thing. So it'll be sweet and sour. So I'll eat
Mm-hmm.
it because I was working. When I'm at work, it was a great snack.
You were
For
very pregnant, sis. Those are just pregnant women taste.
me. Well, I still eat my mangoes though. That's the thing. That's what I'm saying. That one I wouldn't call it a thing
A
because
craving per
I
se.
like sour stuff. Uh huh.
Mm.
So
Okay.
I'm still eating things. So I don't know.
I don't know. Personally, I like mangoes too, but I don't know. I just never wanted
No,
to
but
miss out
yeah,
on some
it was
mangoes.
a pregnancy thing because I was eating it every day.
Yeah, yeah,
I won't eat it like I'm not eating it every day right now. But I do have mangoes in the fridge, but it was
yeah.
definitely the pregnancy.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I just heard your type of cravings. I'm like, est-ce que c'est qui, my cravings, il y a Zemia Poto, ou encore na Congo, c'est un peu différent. Pour le Congo, il y a ma belé, manga
Bile,
sende. Comment il y a eu ça, ma Thai food?
si j'étais au Congo, nalingi alia manga sende, nalingi alia tongolo. Tu vois, j'allais manger l'autre truc là que j'aimais bien.
Yeah.
Litongue, nalingi alia litongue, tu vois. I was gonna
Mm-hmm.
use if I were home, and I was actually like craving it a little bit. I was like, si j'étais au Congo, nalingi alia nga bafana, bafanga eza penza te. So I don't think the cravings though. Kolia Bluanga, je crois qu'ils ont pour mon bébé baka. You see the
Mm-hmm.
sickness, mais nous we label it ka azoli amo nini, mais c'est you want something sour or salty. Qu'on a
Yeah.
offset mon neurones à ma baie, en fait. That's what it is.
Yes, yes, yes. En tout cas. Now, let's go with delivery time. How
Yes.
did you go about it? Were you like being here, done it? Or you're like, oh no, panic mode, SOS? How was
Ooh,
it for you?
you know, I was nervous.
Mm.
I was very nervous about delivery. Even though I've done it, again, I thank God. Both of my kids, I had them vaginally. Um, but this time I was very nervous because it's been so long. I had a leak 13 years ago, so it's a blur. I didn't remember most of the stuff. So this time, what I did different, I did a lot of research. Lot of research. Like I said, being pregnant at 40, there's that stigma. Déjà, quand je suis allée à l'hôpital, to see the doctor, it was like, oh, you're 40, automatiquement you're at risk. So they label you already. So there are so many things. Oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. But then the surprise, oh, you're so healthy for 40, you know. So I did a lot of research. I watched a lot of comment on appelle ça? Je vais pas appeler ça des formations, mais webinars where they'll talk about delivery. So the biggest takeaway for anybody who's pregnant right now, if you're pregnant right now, you're trying to be pregnant. One thing that helped me a lot is working on my breathing. You know,
Mm-hmm.
working on your breathing. There's one of the webinars that I watched. They give an exercise. Basically, fallait prendre un glaçon. So ice cube, you get the. I'll say it in French and in English. Donc tu prends un
Mm-hmm.
glaçon que tu et tu prends like un tissu que voilà, tu emballes le glaçon et aussi mais en canali beaucoup. Tu vois, tu tiens ça pendant 30 secondes. C'est difficile, hein. Tu tiens ça pendant 30 secondes, mais tu régules un peu ta respiration. Tu régules ton cœur et au fait ton corps. So you hold it like that for 30 seconds. I kid you not, Marilyn, it was tough parce que la main devient glacée. It's a hard exercise. So pretty much the exercise is you take an ice cube, get a paper towel, put just so it doesn't drip. You can hold it by itself too, and then you hold it for 30 seconds. You do that while watching your breathing. So you breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out for 30 seconds. It's really tough. After that,
Mm-hmm.
you go about your way, maybe 15, 20 minutes, try it again. This time
Wow.
around, you actually go longer. You won't even
Mm.
notice because you already did it the first time. The second
Yeah.
time around, she had us do it. I think it was a minute. I didn't even feel it the second time.
Mm-hmm.
That's because the first time you're thinking about the cold, you're thinking, you get a brain freeze. So it'll do that, but with your
Mm-hmm.
hand. Ta main va littéralement devenir paralysée. So your hand will get paralyzed because it's too cold. But then once you do it the second time, you already know what to expect. So it
Mm-hmm.
won't feel as cold. That was the one exercise that I tried to do again and again. So when it came to delivery time, my labor was 3.5 hours. So I got to the hospital at 6. I had the baby at 9:30. It's not gonna
Mm-hmm.
be everybody's testimony. Um,
Mm-hmm.
it's not gonna be everybody's journey just because this was meant for me.
Mm-hmm.
It
Mm-hmm.
was,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not saying that the breathing helped. I was just dilated. Everything went faster.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Again, c'est par rapport à les promesses de Dieu sur
Yeah.
ma vie, par rapport à ma relation avec Dieu, par rapport à les choses que je réclamais de lui en tant que mon père.
Mm-hmm. 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 I
I'll
feel
share
you.
this part of my pregnancy will be, I think it was a easy, well, not easy, but it was a smoother pregnancy. Mais
Mm-hmm.
ce que je dois dire à toutes les femmes qui m'écoutent aujourd'hui ou les couples aussi, c'est que
Mm-hmm.
quand je suis tombée enceinte, quand j'ai découvert que j'étais enceinte, c'était un
Mm-hmm.
choc. Parce que c'est pas quelque chose que je m'y attendais pas, c'est pas quelque chose
Mm-hmm.
qu'on préparait, voilà.
Mm-hmm.
Et donc, première chose, la première réaction, c'était le choc, mais après le choc, on doit faire face à la réalité. So,
Mm-hmm.
uh, what I did was I prayed. I thank God for the gift of being able to bear life once again. But
Mhm.
also along the way, once you hit a few weeks, tu commences à avoir les malaises. Les
Yeah.
malaises, quand ils venaient, ils étaient très mauvais au fait. So that
Mm.
they will be bad, but then I'll go back to him and pray. I'm like, God, I did not ask
Mm.
for this. You gave this. You
Mm.
need to see me through it. Donc,
Mm.
I'm working full time. I have another kid to take care of. I have a home to take care of. Je peux pas.
Mm.
Je peux pas.
Mhm.
You need to help me. Et
Mhm.
I kid you not. That's why I'm saying
Mhm.
the miracle of life parce que euh,
Mhm.
les symptômes, tous ces symptômes-là won't last 2 days. I'll share
Mhm.
it. I'll call my sister. I'm like, ah, je sais pas, je me sens pas bien. I'll
Mm.
pray. The next day, I'm good. Back
Mm.
to routine. Every time something will come, like bleeding gums. So all these things, I
Mhm.
did get them. They just didn't
Mhm.
last. I was so intentional with this
Mm.
pregnancy. The first one, I think I was just young, didn't care.
Mhm.
With this one, it was like, God, you give it to me. You need to help me. You're
You need to come through. Yeah.
and he came through every single
Mm. Mm. Mm.
every.
Mm. Mm.
So when it came time for the delivery, we had her early. She came in at 36 weeks, but
Mhm.
same thing. So on
Mhm.
our way there, it's like, God, why is she coming early? Okay, she's coming early. We trust
Mm.
you. We believe in
Mhm.
you. You
Mhm.
nzambe apesa bato biloko ya ndambu au fait.
Mhm. Mhm.
Ça,
Mhm.
biloko ya ndambu Et le dire, on va dire, c'est facile. Voilà, mais il y en a qui peut-être vont me dire, c'est facile pour toi parce que yo boti. Mais you don't know people's journey, Naboti may I've lost a few kids too in the process. So
Mhm.
between Alik and his sister, there were babies that didn't make it. So
Mm.
trust the process. Trust the
Mhm.
process. Keep the faith in God and really going to God as our dad.
Mhm.
Il y en a qui n'aiment pas, mais moi, je parle à Dieu parce que je me dis, il peut pas me donner quelque chose that I can't over. Il faut qu'il me
Mhm.
donne la force to overcome anything
Yes,
he
sir.
sends my way. You
Mhm.
can't send me a storm and then I can't handle it. It makes no sense.
Definitely.
So we must be in order. So every time it will be to remind him of his promises. Hey, you give me this child. So
Mhm.
one yung to pesingaye, pesanga pe na, pesabitu wa mo, give me all the tools that I need,
Mhm.
surround me with the people that I need. C'était ça au fait. All
Mhm.
throughout, et jusque maintenant, c'est ça,
Mhm.
c'est ça.
Mhm. Wow. That's very, very, very deep what you just shared. Everybody has a story, and some people would just be like, like you said, you got yours, you got your prayers answered, but not all of us, and that's the part where it's a bit good that someone can relate to that. There's a sister watching us, in case you were thinking, well, I'm the only one going through it. Well, everybody have some things they're going through, but you just probably don't know, and it's not written all over their faces. But at the
Mhm.
same time, just keep your faith in God, and God will come through for you. Now there's a stigma. There's some sort of stigma between vaginal delivery, C-section, and all these other types of birth. It's like, what would you say after going through it more recently? Would you say one way is more
No,
um, than the other, or
no.
would you
Having a
advise
baby,
going through one way or the other?
having a baby is having a baby. It's ridiculous to me, and it's so unfair. Uh, Me having my kids vaginally doesn't make me better than the woman that gets a C-section. If anything,
Exactly.
she going on the knife is it's scary. You still carried that baby. Alors qu'est-ce qu'on va dire of the moms that adopt the babies? You know, being a mom is just being there for the kids that God allows you have and to raise, you know. So I don't think one way is better than the other. Most of us, you want to do it vaginally just because it means there aren't any issues, for the delivery. But if it comes to going under the knife, you're still a champion. If anything, you won twice, you and your baby. So no one way is better than the other. It's ridiculous to pit women against each other.
That's very deep what you just said, because there's many things that are being said out there that
Mm-hmm.
shouldn't be said in the first place. And it's the sad part, it's said by women.
Yes.
It's said by women, which is very wrong. Like Mama Gali said, yes, she's so right. She just said it
Mm-hmm.
here.
Mm-hmm.
you know Pregnancy is definitely a medical condition. Yes, it is, and I agree with you on that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a medical condition that deserves disability, for real.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Definitely deserves disability.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, again, I agree. Add here 7 layers of abdominal muscles are separated in a C-section.
Look at that. It's crazy.
Seven.
People minimize it comme si c'est quelque chose de
Yeah.
ou c'était, mais no, you're putting your life on the line for your baby.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So,
That's very deep. That's very
mhm.
deep, and I agree with her. I agree with her, and we should stop putting down each other like that, just
Yes.
because she didn't do it a certain way
Mhm.
versus the other
She
way.
still did it. But
But she
my thing
still gave life.
is, no
Ako
problem,
miti.
she still did it.
Mhm.
Osaliango, so you carried
Mhm.
that baby for 9 months.
Mhm.
you
Mhm.
know.
Mhm.
So
It's
once
still
you carry that
going.
baby for 9 months, whichever way the baby comes out, doesn't matter. You did it or not. Congratulations.
Exactement. 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 Very deep. So
Mm-hmm.
the other question is about postpartum depression.
Okay.
What do you have to say about it?
It's real. It's real. Um, some go through it worse than others.
Hmm.
For me, I won't say it's easy, but I'm just very thankful that I have people, I have a village. I'll say that.
Hmm.
And I also have a helpful partner, even though men are not always the best people in that situation. But
Yeah.
it's definitely easier this time around compared to my first one. Um,
Yeah.
the quick say with postpartum, you gotta have a plan.
Hmm.
So once you find out you're pregnant, you have to have a plan on what's gonna happen. During the pregnancy, we talked about exercise,
Hmm.
watching your diet, and all of that. But then the post pregnancy, you also have to have a plan. If you're
Hmm.
someone who does not have family around, like
Hmm.
you don't have family around, there are resources. But if you do have families, because most of the time you think you're alone, but you
Hmm.
really aren't.
Hmm.
Like me personally, I'll talk about me. I have a hard time asking for help.
Hmm.
I have
Hmm.
a hard time asking for help. But then when
Hmm.
people find out, oh, you have a baby, some people will volunteer. They'll say, oh, let me know if you need anything. I'm not the
Hmm.
person who
You're
will,
never gonna let them know. Are you
but
firstborn?
the thing is, but there are some people who will keep not bug you, but they'll keep asking, hey, do you need anything? I asked you before, because most of the time it's when we say ask me, tell me if you need anything. Sometimes it comes from a good place, but we
Hmm.
don't follow up on it. When
Yeah.
I just had a baby, I don't have time to people with it because I'm sleep deprived. I'm adjusting. Your body's readjusting. You're in pain. You're
Yes.
in all of that. So most of the time, women go through the postpartum. It's loneliness
Hmm.
is a big part, and also if your partner is not very supportive, you'll go through it. So making sure you are surrounded by people. Let's say even if your husband or your partner is not supportive, surround
Mm,
yourself with people who can help you.
mm,
Because
mm.
the first few weeks you need rest, but if you're
Yes.
there are resources,
Mm,
ici en Californie, there's WIC, there's even in the, when you go to your OB-GYN, you can talk to a lactation. If
mm,
you choose to breastfeed, talking to someone.
mhm,
Il y a des groupes
mhm,
Facebook, des groupes de mamans. Euh,
mhm,
s'il n'y en a pas à l'église,
mhm,
mais you won't get help if you don't ask for it. Mais most of the
mm,
time, we dwell in that, the loneliness will create that depression because you're not sleeping. One of the first things when you go to therapy, one of the first things they ask you is, how are you sleeping? Because if you're
mm.
not sleeping, automatically you're gonna be stressed out because you're not sleeping.
Yes. Yes.
So as a new mom, that's through the roof. You're not sleeping. You have the baby's crying, and if it's your first time, you have no idea what you're doing.
Mm, 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 mm,
Okay, yeah, you have no idea. So it's even for me now. It's the second time around, but it's like the first
mm,
time. Alik is
mm,
so Alik is independent. We can leave him home. He's fine. He can, make his. He needs a sandwich. He can make his sandwich. You know.
mhm,
Um,
mhm.
now you have this being that you need to take care of 24/7.
Yeah.
Entoure-toi bien, et pour the village of the
Mm,
new mom, I'll say bring them food. We
mhm,
food. Uh,
mhm,
appreciate the calls. You can
mhm,
call, especially in the first, I'll say 3 to 4 weeks. Text the mom. She'll get back with you. You can call, but she's not gonna be on video with you for a while just because she's going through it.
mhm,
Rest, but bringing her
mhm,
food and coming and helping cleaning, that's the actual help that the
mhm.
adult needs. So saying, oh, let me know if you need anything, she's not going to tell you even when
Yeah,
she's,
you won't get it.
it's
You
just
won't call it.
showing up. Some of them, and also keeping in mind when you show up, she might tell you to go away just because she's going through it. Some, she might feel embarrassed that the house is not well kept, so
Exactly.
that new mom and telling her, "Hey,
Mhm,
I'm here to help you." I think
mhm,
that's the best way to not avoid it. You're still gonna be depressed in some way. Uh,
mm,
I'm talking here, so I'm still have my moments where it feels lonely, even though
mhm,
again, I have a strong support system, but
mhm,
I haven't had to cook for the past 2 months.
mhm, mhm, mhm,
Cook that off for the past 2 months, so it's
mhm,
refreshing not having to worry about it.
mhm,
It feels good.
mhm, mhm,
So bringing food to the new mom is
mhm,
that, helping with cleaning, of course, diapers. If she's feeding the baby, formula
mhm,
are things, the gifts and money, if you have it, are things that new moms, the new parents appreciate.
mhm, mhm, mhm,
uh, Making it easier for them. So asking, when you ask someone how are you, she'll say I'm
mhm.
fine. And then for the new
Yeah.
mom, not staying inside too much. I know it's custom for us to keep the baby in, for the first 3 months.
Mhm,
Which I mean, I am, but I'm still going on my walk. As soon as I was clear, uh,
mhm,
well, at the hospital already, when I had the baby, the doctor, when I asked him how soon can I go back to exercising, he said
mhm,
you're good, but it was just don't lift things that are hard. And I asked him, no, I don't do heavy exercising, but I
mhm,
walk. He said you can
mhm,
stop walking now, but I didn't do it. I,
mhm.
I was too tired. I was too.
Right.
I started the past. It's been, so she's almost 2 months now.
Mhm,
I'm walking, so I'm back
mhm,
doing my walks and
mhm,
trying to still take my vitamins. So
mhm,
if you're trying to get pregnant, take your prenatal vitamins. Take them before you get pregnant. while you're pregnant and after. Take your
And
prenatal
after.
vitamins.
Mm. Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
I
So wait,
agree.
yeah, walk
Mhm.
and just
Walking.
finding some time for yourself too outside
Mhm.
of TV. But definitely asking for help. Ask for help.
Mhm. Mhm. I think the biggest hindrance, just like it just boils down to what we said. You're only as strong as the people you surround yourself with.
Yeah.
And we should just not be so judgmental. En tout cas, faut tolobela na lingala. Ba mama en tout cas, il faut totika makambo wana ya kolobela ba mama esika ba mama ba uti obota mabe kolobela bango mabe. Eza malamu te. Faut totika eloko wana. Mutu uti obota olinga akoma mokiende.
Mm-hmm.
Voilà. Wazala atala ndaku
Mm-hmm.
oakipe bapaya asatu nini.
Oyo
Non.
oyo nini me eza ke apesi bino biloko alia te, apesi bino biloko
Non.
alia te,
Totika biloko
on aime
wana.
trop juger.
Non.
Tala ndenge aye monene, oubliant que
Mhm.
corps
C'est très
change,
bien.
ce qui fait que tu manges beaucoup plus que ozolia beaucoup plus koliaka d'habitude. Donc
Mhm.
faut lia mwana azo se former na nzoto no, donc il faut
Mhm.
lire, il faut
Mhm.
et voilà le
Mhm.
reste bakilo wana nyonso oya soki ekei
Mhm.
soki eke te lata yango na fierté parce que mama olongi olongi.
Mhm. Mhm.
Donc
Mhm.
emai mwana pendant 9 mois et mwana wana abotami, mwana aza en bonne santé, mwana azali, donc c'est le témoignage est là. Donc soki
Oui.
ye avec des kilos, et c'est
Mhm.
venu avec des kilos,
Mhm.
tu vois?
Mhm.
Faut totika mpena makambo wana ojuge bato, kojuge
Non.
mama.
Faut kotika biloko wana. Na Congo kutu, on aime bien dire que teo eza États-Unis oyoka yango te, hein? Ata na États-Unis yango batie ba programme mpona kosunga.
Exactement. Baprogramme
Oh, biso
ezali.
tozosala ekolo mutema mabe.
Mm.
Mutema mabe.
Il y a des programmes dans l'église, l'État, il y a beaucoup de programmes qui peuvent aider les
Mhm.
mamans. Oui, peut-être un groupe à Facebook et comment, Lukakaka,
Ekolo.
Moms Los Angeles, Moms
Mhm.
au centre. Vous trouvez ma
Mhm.
camarade, vous avez un parti, vous trouvez pas mon
Oui.
tour, mwana. Donc
Mhm.
et comment là-haut, donc faut pas
Ekoma. Totika biloko wana na
Olanda
communauté na biso.
tout et non.
Non, c'est pas bien. En
Ouais,
tout cas, félicitations. Encore une fois, félicitations. We have a question, Mama. How would you suggest, like, for a couple? Because we just talked about the mom. I bet some dads are watching. They're like, okay, so are you ever going to talk about us? We also need adjustment.
mm.
My husband used to say, well, you carried the baby, the pregnancy in your belly. Mine was in my head. How would you say would the best way for a couple to adjust? Because you're not only a mom, you're also a life coach. You're a
Mm.
counselor. Well, how would you suggest for a couple to go through this type of transitions?
Yeah. The adjustment, that's what I said. Planning, plan.
Yes.
As soon as you know you're pregnant, you have to come up with un plan d'attaque. You need to have a
Mm,
plan on what that's gonna look. Because usually it's the baby, you buy the crib, you buy the bed, the clothes, but those are even. You have
mm,
to feed the baby, but now you have to really sit down and talk about, okay, if you're gonna breastfeed, how is that
mm,
gonna
mm,
is dad gonna burp the baby at night? Surtout la nuit.
mm,
When the baby wakes up.
mm,
Est-ce que papa ozwa mwana neti omelisi mwana opesi
mm,
papa burp
mm,
mwana yo ozongi olali? Parce que
mm.
le truc ezali c'est you have to become a team. You're already a team
Yes.
because you're a couple, but alléger un peu ce poids-là parce que les mamans, ce qui stresse les mamans le plus, c'est porter le poids. Il y a un nouveau bébé toute seule. That's
Mhm,
what leads to the postpartum depression. If you supported, if the dad, so it will be waking up with mom. Ntango
mhm,
mwana azolela bongo olamuki na mwana soki mwana azaka ya amela kaka mabele
mm,
après qu'elle ait nourri le bébé yo ozwa mwana tambola na mwana ti mwana rote olalisi mwana comme ça et
mm,
permettre na mama alala.
mhm.
Si c'est dès qu'elle se réveille yo ovandi ozoronfle na yo, she's gonna resent you.
Ouais, puis.
Le problème, c'est ça. Donc, et un plan d'attaque où, tant moi, la qui m'a peut-être la maman s'en occupe. Deuxième fois, quand le bébé va se réveiller, c'est le papa qui s'occupe. Et nous, on a introduit le biberon. So she's doing both. She's breastfed and bottle fed. It makes it easy. Comme ça, when I wake up at night, I breastfeed her. He takes her. Sometimes he will take her outside. I can't sleep. It didn't come naturally though. My sister, Galia, who's on the live, when she came in when baby was small, so on avait alterné, on a fait alternance on a toutes les deux. So we had to tell him, hey, now she's leaving, you have to take over. It's not second nature to them. There's a class, let me try to find it that I'm still taking it. It's a support class for moms. For me, it's through the hospital. So they asked, would you like to have that class for the new moms? Even though I'm doing better than most, mais je les vois, surtout les jeunes mamans. They talked about, hold on, I'm going to try to find it. It's finding ways as a couple to really be together. So doing things together as a team. So papa ozongi bomoni basani saleté parce qu'on a parlé des autres mamans qui jugent, mais des fois aussi c'est nos maris. Tant ozong biloko ezate biloko les siko na lia nini. Tu oublies que elle a passé toute la journée avec le bébé. Peut-être qu'elle a presque pas dormi la nuit, surtout sur Rosa Papa qui ronfle, n'a plus meilleur pendant que maman zobunda bébé. Mais tant que tu as ça to nini ozongi boy, siliki parce qu'il n'y a pas à manger. Bah, attends, tu vois. Things like that ou bien sani. So giving mom that grace, dosa un poteau, le quoi dosa un poteau. Ça la ta vaisselle, maman vaisselle loin. Quand tu arrives, boy, toi, bébé, même la bébé, elle va dans YouTube ou on va dans la TV. Prends le bébé parce qu'elle a passé toute la journée avec le bébé. Elle a passé toute la journée avec le bébé. It doesn't mean she doesn't love the baby less, but non, mais elle a besoin, moi break wana.
Un peu de repos.
Working as a couple, c'est pouvoir se donner breaks wana. C'est pas facile. Mais aussi avoir open communication, communiquer vraiment. Papa demande à maman qu'est-ce qu'il faut que je fasse. Et ne pas oublier que faut pas lui retenir rigueur, mais parler ouvertement et honnêtement, à cœur ouvert. Comment je peux t'aider? Comment je peux vraiment te supporter? Ah oui, Bissot. Mais si tu demandes pas aux Arabes entitled, tu t'attends à ce que ça maman non ça là avant à José Miou avant that's unfair, c'est pas et au bébé ça harmonie na bino et ndak.
Non, en tout cas, ça c'est très profond, ce que vous avez dit. En tout cas, papa, on a vu que sûrement na koko la na biso, des bakoli ça biso dans nos familles africaines, les hommes sont des rois, déjà des jeunes garçons. Oh, ta cousine, c'est ma beauté. Du coup, ma bébé couche. Ça peut être vraiment stressant, je le reconnais, mais n'empêche, hey, bisogno sont toyekola. Alors, c'est important de s'ajuster, c'est très important de s'ajuster au lieu de rester seulement là. Oh non, moi je suis un homme, je ne touche pas, je ne fais pas. Papa, toi, na poto domestique azate. Domestique azate. Voilà. En tout cas, baza busy. Ici, c'est le mot busy. Alors, sur ce, voilà, ce conseil, la hymne nationale, il y a nous peuplerons ton sol. C'est aux 5 000, il y a Trump. En tout cas, il faut connaître un game plan. We need to work as a team. It's very important. Et pour les papas, je pense qu'ils ont tendance peut-être à connaître les tourments, mais silencieusement, de manière seule. Moi, si on la rappelle à papa, Nicolot. Soyez humble et sincère. Demandez-leur, ou encore, comme Maman Dolly a dit, Si tu as une question à propos de quelque chose, mais va directement chez la concernée. Pose-lui la question. Pose-lui la question. Je pense qu'elle pourra vraiment te répondre de la meilleure manière pour que vous puissiez vraiment avancer. Ne sois pas trop choqué par ces demandes parce que, ah, Théo, c'est un abo qui t'a dit non, c'est quoi ça? Pas nécessairement, il y a juste un besoin d'ajustement pour bien avancer. En tout cas, et nous allons lire quelques commentaires encore. Yes, Magali, you're right. Let's normalize nesting parties instead of a regular baby shower, which is true as well, because some people are not comfortable before. That's true. With a
Yes.
nesting party, we can help the soon-to-be parent organize, plan meals, clean up the house, set up the crib. Yes, that's also a very good idea. And she also gave another resource. It's a great resource. They have peer-to-peer mentorship. Yes, for new moms.
Yeah.
Very true. Very true. We need these resources. And again, you're right. PPD doesn't discriminate. Postpartum depression doesn't discriminate. Ungana mtu mwindu, ungana africain. En tout cas, First, I hope you have your answer. He has the Papa who has. Do you believe in postpartum depression as an African? Some say our women are strong.
Oh, definitely. They don't label her as strong. I don't like it. I don't. I'm a soft woman. I'm not strong. C'est moi, ma label.
Femme forte.
No. Help me.
Femme battante. C'est vrai qu'il femme forte, femme battante, non?
Soft life.
En tout cas.
Mais plus sérieusement, we're strong malgré nous.
Oui.
Parce qu'on n'a pas le choix. C'est pas parce qu'on a le choix. Parce que tu donnes à une femme le choix de. You give her a nanny, you give her, help. Elle va relaxer.
Yes.
Donc, strength, voilà, it's not real strength. I don't like it. So I don't want to be.
It's a survival. It's something survival. It's a stress. It's a stress response, which is not good. It shouldn't come out that way. Maman Gali too. She says she's soft, so she's not femme battante.
Soft like temper me. Faut me gâter, pardon.
En tout cas, non, I agree. Donc, papa, en réalité, biso ba maman tozalaka soft. Nous sommes vraiment soft. Para ba femme battante te biso nyonso vraiment. Bosunga biso côté wana, c'est très important. Merci beaucoup.
Après, les femmes des dîmes strong, à un moment donné, elles manquent du respect. Pourquoi? They're doing too much. They're carrying too much of the load, but she doesn't know how to. What's happening? Et puis, comme elles ont respecté no, she's strong. The strong one of her is strong. Voilà.
Yes.
Comme abbé. Voilà.
Mauvaise bouche. And yes, disparities as well. Unfairness, especially in the medical field. Very true. And in the treatment they give to some women versus others. Because we're expected to be strong. And we don't have advocates either. Our people don't know how to advocate for us because they feel like, well, this is too much. Versus, well, you're doing too much. Versus, this is too much for her flesh, It's something that we should consider. By the way, when we're talking about advocating, when it comes to, na situation in hospital, who should we call? What should happen? If you're the person who should be talking on behalf of the person who's sick or who need the care, there's some things you should step up for us. Na communauté na biso, on a tendance ya, so par exemple, Anna passe, j'ai mal, non, ça c'est un peu de trop. Directement, non, il n'y a pas de niveau de passe qui est assez. Non, il n'y en a pas. Vous voyez un peu. On a la communauté Misusu, eux défendent les leurs. Ceux qui, je sais pas, on a bango azobé là, à un hôpital, à l'objet que non, j'ai mal par exemple. Au
Mhm.
même moi si na eto ndeko na eto whoever it is in l'hôpital et puis elle be no take care of my child, my wife, whoever it is that they brought there because they say azokapasi. Mais très souvent ceux qui pe besoin mutu aolobela bino nde sika il y a des injustices dans les traitements et c'est très important aussi d'en être informé. En tout cas, Maman Dolly, thank you. Thank you again for spending this time with us. Thank you for your availability. I know it's something that's very hard, for you to do, given the newborn.
Yes.
Atuka, you've blessed a new mom, and we just cannot not tell you thank you. And uh, Papa Sami Navuluka Mabua, he says, "Congrats, sister, on your new outcoming edition."
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Atuka. Thank you. So there's a sister out there. We can't stop without giving an advice to a sister, keeping in mind that someone's struggling for real with the whole idea of, first of all, she never got pregnant. There's two sort of people. One
mm,
who she never got pregnant. She's probably newlywed or about to get married, but she's scared with the whole idea of getting pregnant. So she's thinking maybe I should just have a, I don't know, a robot do it for me or a mère porteuse do it. Although she can do it, but she just doesn't want her body to go through it because she feels like she might die or she's just nah, it's too much, it's too much, too much. I don't want that on my body. What would you say about fear of pregnancy altogether?
uh, the fear is valid. The
Mm,
fear of getting pregnant, of because it's like Galia said, it's a medical condition. Your body goes through a lot of changes, so
mm-hmm,
it's normal not to want to go through it. Don't
mm-hmm,
we shouldn't judge people, bash people for that.
mm-hmm,
See, it's the right not to like. It's the right to not to want to go through that.
mm-hmm,
So, but if you still want to carry the baby, but you're so afraid, go seek professional. Go talk to a professional. That
mm-hmm,
fear may be rooted in something that you've seen in your childhood or in your life.
mm-hmm,
C'est normal d'avoir d'être nerveux. You know, it's
mm-hmm,
normal to be nervous about getting pregnant and having a baby. If you have the big fear, you'll have to talk to a professional. Uh,
mm-hmm.
Figure out why you feel so strongly about it. So all of us, like I said, I already had a son, but I was still nervous. Uh,
Mhm,
why? Because I didn't really have a big memory of my first pregnancy or the delivery, but
mhm,
um, comment on appelle ça? But I remember the pain.
mm,
So,
mm.
and because when you see videos of women having the baby, they scream, yeah, tout ça, au fait, the maximize. So of course you're gonna be nervous. Uh,
Yeah.
but again, it's just preparing yourself mentally. But if that fear is so much so that no, you have to seek professional help. You know,
Mm,
talk to a
mhm,
professional. Figure out why you're so afraid. Because if it was that bad, most of us will stop at one. But
mm.
you're human having two, three, four, five, six. Like you can't. So it's painful,
Yeah.
but it's not the end of the world. So just
Mm,
talk to a professional. If the
mhm.
fear is preventing you from doing something that you really want to do.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. No, that's very deep. That just for me, as far as I'm concerned, all I can say is that, we this life is called the miracle of life for a reason because every miracle comes with its provision.
Yes.
Every miracle, even for you to carry the whole experience, like Mama Dolly shared it. I just wanted her to share it. Just she just went through it. It's more organic. It's more recent for her, and you can hear it from her firsthand. She just said it. She prayed and she got the provision. She got the strength. She got the food. You'll be surprised.
Hmm.
Every miracle comes with its own provision. Just believe God and you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised. Now we have another sister. She's already 40 and she's like, Zemyo lisusu na age nanga vraiment. Vraiment, nga mama Sarah, Sarah za na Bible, nga pe na kati, vraiment Seigneur, how would you help her adjust, cope with the transition? Is it that bad? Or, come on, it's doable. What would you say?
I mean, I did it. If I can do it, you can do it. You know, it's
Right?
it's doable. If it's so it's gonna be two sorts of women. One who has had kids. If you've had kids and you're thinking about having another, have another
Mm-hmm.
kid. I mean, my kids are gonna be 13 years apart. Uh, my younger sister, we're 13 years apart. So
Mm-hmm.
c'est l'histoire qui se répète. Je ne sais pas. So
Mm-hmm.
fair. There's nothing new under the sun. My mom had our youngest at 39.
Mm-hmm.
I had mine at 40. So it happens. Um,
Mm-hmm.
just do, take the steps towards it. And then pour une qui n'en a jamais eu, prepare your body for it. There are vitamins that you can take to prepare
Mm-hmm.
your body for pregnancy and maintaining a healthy lifestyle, avoiding stress,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and just keeping the faith. God always gives us what we need and when we need it. That
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
does things.
Mm-hmm.
So um, that's
Mm-hmm.
what I can say. If I can do it, you can do it. Stop trying to have a baby years ago, and I still was able to get one.
Mm-hmm.
God's provision. God's provision is some of it we expect, and some it's so unexpected. That's why He's God. That's why.
Mm-hmm. Mhm, mhm, mhm,
That's
mhm.
why we rely on Him.
Yes, 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 yes. And there's another thing, with younger sisters or just women nowadays. We have to keep up with being productive in society. And a lot of companies don't want you to have so many maternity leaves, you know? So some women just want to first, get up there in terms of, accomplishment. But again, there's a clock. It's not working. How do you would you suggest for her to reconcile, being productive in society and motherhood? If even at starting motherhood, is it a good idea, or should she just finish all the PhDs and stuff before she can start, thinking about starting a family? Or is there age for it? Timeline, bank account?
No, to me, I don't think there's an age. I heard you say there's a clock. I don't necessarily agree because if not, my clock would have been over. I have a friend. She just had a baby too. Interestingly enough, I have a few friends that had babies. We've had babies within the same. Two of them are older than me. One is 45. She just had a daughter. She had a daughter. Her older daughter is 18,
Mm-hmm.
and this one, she just had her. She had her before me or after me. I think she just had her after me. Yeah, just a few days after me. And then I have another one. She's 44, and she had a son in back in February. She didn't have any kids before, so I think it's just anybody's choice. Of course, they what's agreed upon, or what's usually normal is having them early, so in your 20s,
Mm-hmm.
having kids, because school will never go away, right? School will never go away. But for those, looking at their careers,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you can pursue your career. Just know, though, that your body at 20 is not the same at 30 or 40.
Mm-hmm.
The main thing is just biologically your body is going to change, but it's not impossible to, want to delay it. It's not a bad thing necessarily. So
Mhm.
it's going to be a matter of you looking and thinking, do I want to have my kids now and then try to do school? Because I mean, I know a few moms that are still going to school right now. They had their
Mhm.
kids in their 20s and now they're going to school. They're doing it. It's not easy, but they're
Mhm.
doing it. and just like there are others who they pursued their careers and then had the kids later on.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's just the older you are, the more of a challenge for your body. So physically, it's gonna be a challenge, but also because most people my age, our kids are older. They're
Mm-hmm.
at least age or older than that.
Mm-hmm.
So kids will not necessarily have people to play with. That's something to think about as well, because usually,
Mm-hmm.
but by the time you finish college, you're what, 22 to 23, 25.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Get married and you start your family. Most of you and your friends, you all have your kids at the same time, so it's nice because you get to hang
Mm-hmm.
out and the kids are growing up together. But
Mm-hmm.
after a certain age, no one is aspiring to have kids after 35.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to think about that too. You have
Mm-hmm.
to be the playmate of that baby. Like for me, I have to figure out the friends that I talked about. They're not in town, so who she's gonna be
Mm-hmm.
playing with? She's gonna be playing with Ali and just us older people here in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Because most
Mm-hmm.
of the guys and everybody else is kind of older, not
Mm-hmm.
in town. So to each their own. I can't say, oh, delay. Do pursue your career or have the baby. No, it's up to them to
Mm-hmm.
really see
Mm-hmm.
what's gonna work best for their particular situation.
What would you say then about egg freezing? Some people are thinking about, well, let me just freeze my eggs
Hmm.
and pursue whatever I want to pursue, or just say no to that dude. After all, these men are just whatever. The dating pool is whack. So let me just freeze my let me freeze my eggs till Mr. Perfect, super, super handsome and perfect again comes around. And then I also get to get on my 2 or 3 PhDs, or even that only one PhD that I need. And then let's see, what would you say about just the whole freezing eggs or IVF? I don't know, just technology altogether.
I'm for it.
Mm,
As long as it's not done, because you're not hurting anybody.
mm,
A girl that wants to pursue go as high as possible for her education, she chooses to freeze her eggs. Why not? I
mm,
know of people who have done it,
mhm,
and it's not an easy process.
mhm,
Hormone, yeah, your hormones are jacked up. They give you. You have to give yourself shots. It's a whole process too. It's
mhm.
very traumatic. It's very traumatic. We think it's easy. It's not easy.
Yeah.
So I'm for it. I don't have anything against it. I've personally not done it, but
Mm,
someone that if that's the way of making sure that by the time they're ready to do it in their 30s or 40s, that they're fine. Why not?
mhm, 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 mhm. Yeah, honestly, sis. Oh, okay. So, if you can just go the safest route, which is let the natural way of things to just flow. If you can do that, if you got extra cash, because you have to pay for storage too.
That part, yes, it's also expensive.
Doesn't come cheap.
Mhm.
So your choice. Yeah. So I can't let you go. I can't let you go without praying for somebody. There's a couple out there who's at least you went through a journey. Your journey was there was some losses and then now celebrations, but others are still stuck on the losses. They keep having miscarriages. They can't have this miracle for them. It's hard for them to even believe that is this even possible? Is it doable? Would you say a word of prayer for them? For some of them, they even lost the faith, or some never had, faith in God altogether. So they don't even know how to go about this whole situation. Would you please help them and pray with them?
Of course. Okay, let's do it.
Yes.
Dear God, thank you so much for this day you've given us. Thank you for your grace. I thank you for this moment that I just spent with Marilyn. Thank you for having used us as vessels. Um, we're hoping that everything that we shared here was helpful, was great information, and also just teachable moments for anybody who's listening to us. I just want to lift up at this point any couples, any woman listening to the words, to my words right now. I just want to lift them up to you, God, that you will touch them, Lord, and just show them how powerful you are, how almighty you are, and help them trust in you, to keep the faith in you, and just to rely on you and rely and to cling to the promises that you've made to them for their lives. Help them see that you do things in your time, God. You do it on your clock, and help them to just accept your will for their lives, but also have their keep the faith in you, because you don't lie. You never give us more than we can handle. You're walking, just remind them that you're walking with them through those storms that they're going through, and that it gets better. It gets better at the end of the tunnel. I just want to pray for anyone who's been crying and they're tired of counting the losses. Um, just remind them, God, that what you've done for others, you will also do for them, and to help them cling to your word, and to cling and to keep the faith in you. We pray these things and we believe that you will do what you said you will do in their lives. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen, 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 amen. Let's go now down looking at the comments just to see a little bit what people said. People are blessed. Yes, PPD doesn't discriminate. He agrees with you. I guess we went through all the comments. Yes. Oh, Mama Gali, you added. I love that so much. Every miracle comes with a provision. Yes, very true, very true. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, definitely. And sometimes people underestimate the power of a seed.
Hmm.
The power of a seed, which is usually even back home, people used to do this. I don't know how, but they used to have I'm sorry, or maybe I just had a little technical
Let's go for it.
situation happening to me here. I was trying to do, yeah, just the usual. Yes, so people underestimate the power of a seed. As in, so when you want something, you can sow into someone who has it, right? That's why
Mhm,
we used to hear that you sow in them and you get what you want. And
mhm.
sometimes if you want a kid, don't be harsh to other people's kid. You know, you want to
Yes.
get a level,
Mhm.
only someone in that level can actually help you and open the door for you. Right, Mama Dolly? I don't know if.
Absolutely. And I'll add, because that's very important. And I'll add this: if you're praying to get pregnant, praying for to have kids, please, please, please rejoice with the people who are having kids.
Mhm, mhm,
If you
mhm,
can't rejoice with them, I know it's tough sometimes to you think, why her, why not me, but faut
mhm.
relever esprit wana, faut enlever
Mama
ça,
Dolly.
faut se réjouir avec ceux qui se réjouissent, faut vraiment qu'on se pelana bango et
Mhm,
pleurer avec ceux qui pleurent, c'est très important. C'est
mhm,
très
mhm,
important. You have to be happy for others. Because when you're
mhm,
celebrating with others, c'est aussi nzamba azotiape nini wana en toi. Mais if you can't
mhm,
be happy for others, mais izomemeloka uzaka na jalousie or envy,
mhm,
you
mhm.
delay your own blessing. So
Yes.
try to be happy, genuinely happy for others, knowing that your time will come. And like Galia said, I really like what she said, no provision. Sometimes in our eyes, you're asking for
Mhm,
a car, but you don't get the car. Doesn't mean God didn't respond. He actually did. That's
mhm,
his way of responding. So
mhm,
also being content with God's will for us.
mhm, mhm.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. Mama Dolly, I don't know if you mind. Some people can't reach you, but they want to tap into your blessing. Would you please share with us your cash app? Just in case someone wants to bless you with some diapers. Hey, who knows? Someone wants to get blessed. Someone would probably want to tap into that because what you said was deep, and they probably want to do that so that we can share it with people who'd like to, you know,
I'll
bless
share
the
it in
them.
the live. Let me share it right now.
Yeah, if you can share it in the comment section, and then I'll just post it.
Ethnic culture. That's my cash app.
Uh, if you want, let's say you want to get married, don't be harsh toward people who are engaged and about to get married. That's just the wrong way to go about it.
Yes.
Bless the couple. Pay for
Yes.
some expenses. Cover, I don't know, photographe, biloko à
Yeah.
olia, la nourriture.
Mhm.
Pay for the hairstyle. I don't know, dress the
Something.
groom.
Yes. Helping, like, generally helping others.
Genuinely, do something. You want your children to get there. You want your grandchildren to get there. Sometimes we just want to complicate things. You think God in heaven has to come down to answer you, but hey, there's a provision right there next to you. Someone in need right there that God can actually sit down and be like, wow, you did this, and this one is not even your relative. This one is not even your mother's child, and you just went ahead for that. You know what? Your children won't lack, or you will not lack, or your sister, your brother, your aunties, uncles. I don't know. The people you think these are my dearest people.
I
These are the
just I just shared it. You can
UK. Okay.
but if you,
These are the ones who deserve it. There you go. Do you have a QR code?
yes.
Yes. Well, maybe someone can just, yeah,
We'll
put it
just
on.
share it there. I'm not sure how to do that. Hold on. Okay. I'll uh, okay, I'll share the picture under the comments too then.
Okay. Yes. Yes. You want to go somewhere. You want your children to succeed. In school. You hear about someone else's child who just
Mhm.
graduated from a higher education or who's studying but they're struggling somehow with transportation or paying some school fees. Let's bring that back. That's why we used to call back home Kibomoto. A family took a village to get things done. Go back to that. It's not only people back home who need Bamanigram. Trust me, here locally, some people are actually struggling,
Mhm.
struggling for real. Peut-être que ya na ye batekaki lipangwa fale po yaya. Alors,
Yes.
banda wana ye ifo atindaka na mboka, me ye moko boye awa, ata na babesoin mo boye, c'est difficile. Sungai, ça va pas te diminuer, ça va rien. Ça veut pas dire qu'elle est irresponsable ou bien qu'elle omet sana ou je sais pas comment. Non, non, pas nécessairement. Let's just have an eye to keep, to look out for what another person could be needing and how you can be a blessing to them. It doesn't hurt. Cause la paix qu'à Noël, ou Thanksgiving. Non, you can just, anniversaire. Ou encore Moutoua Koufi. D'ailleurs, quand on parle de Moutoua Koufi, I have an issue. Whenever someone dies, have you heard how they say the sermon goes, Dieu a donné, Dieu a repris. God has given, God has taken. And I always wonder, what did that God give me here that I missed out on?
Exactly.
You know?
Mhm.
I missed out. Did you put in the comment section?
I don't know how to share that one. I'm not sure
Um,
how to share it. I'll just send
okay.
it to you and maybe you can share it. I don't know.
Okay. No problem. I think the name already is good enough.
Yeah.
Someone will be able to bless you. En tout cas, whenever you can. She's not asking. She didn't ask. I'm sure she'll be mad at me after this for doing this, but
No.
well,
No.
she didn't ask for it, my people. She definitely didn't. I just want to give a sister out there, a brother, a mom, a grandma, someone, a chance to bless somebody. You're looking for fertile ground. This is a fertile ground. Anyone who's going through something you want is a fertile ground. And believe God. Of course, listen to God. Be led by the Holy Spirit and do it. Do it with a whole heart. Do it wholeheartedly, and don't expect anything back. It will be nice. Kopesa pe bweto banjo tonga na umutu. Oka kutunde na salaka. Komistanga ngambute pardon. All I want is just to keep a sense of community. That's all. That's all. That's all. En tout cas, merci beaucoup, Maman Dolly. Merci beaucoup. And for anyone out there, ce n'est pas tout le monde qui a pu être parental, for sure. Tout le monde, batu nyonso te babengaka babota, pas tout le monde. Peut-être yo, eza koadopte bana ndeko na yo, Yo, ugali wana mwasi akufa tu atika ye, whatever it is, situation, c'est ta façon à toi que Dieu veut que tu sois mère, peu importe la façon dont tu vas accéder à cet office de maternité, d'être mère, en tout cas fais-le de tout cœur et n'oublie pas, chaque miracle vient avec une provision. Nzamba opia o provision, ezala kolinga mwana ngoi, ezala nini. By the way, did you feel like you just directly loved the kid when the kid was born, or you felt like you had to adjust?
Oh no, I had to adjust. I had to adjust. I mean, I think for me, because this whole thing has been such a wow, God. Thank you, for allowing me to go through this again. So I'm still between shock, acceptance, and so it's still kind of, I'm still adjusting. But I mean, I love my baby. I love my daughter.
Mhm.
Um, but I'm still very amazed by God's, we believe in God, we believe in miracles, but when it does happen to us, it's always, a good reminder of who God is.
Yeah,
So every day I'm still like, wow, I really did carry a baby at Heather, and she's here. um
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
still basking in the greatness of God and just His love and His faithfulness.
You feel like she's stealing your spot in your husband's heart, and Alik,
She's all in everybody's heart.
no, you don't feel
Actually,
that way.
after that, whenever people call me on video, I know they don't want to see my face. They want to see her. Video, you just turn it. Okay, she's here. When they see your face, hey, I'm not calling for you. I want to see her. So I love it. I'm enjoying every second of it.
Yeah,
Every second of it. It's
praise
been
the
great.
Lord.
Yeah.
Okay, last but not least, pregnancy after 40. Do or don't? Don't lie.
If God gives you the ability to do, why not?
Mm.
Do join the club.
Okay,
Do,
all right.
yeah,
Do,
definitely do.
do.
You know,
Okay. Go
as
ahead, sis.
you're healthy and everything. Do it.
Yes, yes, yes. Do, and husband support. Okay, support, support, support.
Yes.
We need that. Thank you so much. Again, this was Olive Gospel Ministries. We're back. We just finished our session today, our celebration of Mother's Day with the miracle of life. And we pray you were blessed for real. And don't forget, ethnic culture. Send your cash app. Bless my sister, bless our baby, and you don't know how God will bless you back. You never know. You never know. And thank you again for everything. Thank you, Mama Dolly. Thank you, Papa Popo. Thank you for trusting us again on this beautiful day, on this beautiful Friday. And we hope you get time to rest. We won't hold you any longer.
Tough
Yeah.
life.
And a reminder, we will have Karibu. Yes, on June 21st. Don't forget to get your ticket and come bless us. Come try Congolese food and people. Just come see people. Just viens. But get first your ticket, okay? And bless us so we can get all this party going. All right, this was Bwagnya. Until we meet again next time. Bye bye.
Bye.